I can order some more today. All we got left is Blackwood Bend to Paratil, and then we're done.
Yeah, when we do done, no be real close to it though.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we can move tomorrow.
Yeah.
Made it over.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel and you're watching Triple R Farms, and here's what we got on tap for today. It is Tuesday, March the 7th, and what we were looking for is James needed some extra trip bolts for his Paratil. He is at Gray Rocks running the Paratil. He thinks he's going to get real close to getting finished today. Mark is going over there with him. Mark's running the J&M rolling basket coming behind the Paratil. Anyway, if they have a good day, they're going to wrap up Gray Rocks today, hopefully. Dad is on the way to Gray Rocks right now. He's taking Philip. Philip's got about 2 hours left, and then he will be through at Gray Rocks. He's going to come here to the shop. We're going to unhook from the 475 disc, and he's going to be hooking up to one of our big landalls. He will be going to some new land that we picked up, and he's going to be running over that ground with the landall disc. Wayne, they are spreading lime over there in the valley, so he is going over there with the Komatsu loader. He's going to be loading lime all day. Finally, we get to what I'm doing. I'm going to be getting on the rogator today. This will be the first time I've sprayed this year. We're going to be doing some burn down. I'll explain all about that a little bit later. First, we got to get the chemical out to the concrete pad, get the rogator out of the shed. I'll always like to put some water in it and make sure all my nozzles are spraying good, get my strainers in there, and yeah, make sure it's good to go. Then we'll fill up and we'll start spraying. So that's what we got right now, guys. Sit back, enjoy the video. Let's get it started. Alright, so what I like to do, this will be the first time that I sprayed this year with the rogator. We're going to put some clean water in the tank, fold out the wings, and we're going to check every nozzle to make sure it's not stopped up. I like doing it that way because I hate putting water in there and then adding your chemical. You go out to the field, take off spraying, and you notice 10 nozzles that are choked up. Well, then you got to get down and clean them up and turn them on to make sure they're spraying good, and you just wasting chemicals. So put some fresh water in there, we'll check it out. Come on. There you go. Alright, so like I said, we got fresh water in here. I'm gonna walk down the boom, check every single nozzle, make sure we're getting a good pattern. If that looks okay, then we'll start putting chemical in. All right, y'all let me know if you see one that's not spraying right. Looks good to me. Alright, let me show you what the recipe is for today. Alright, first we'll start off with the Gramoxone 3.0. We're gonna go 24 ounces to the acre of this bad boy. Next up is the dicamba. This is Opti DGA. Basically it's dicamba. We're gonna be going with 8 ounces of this bad boy. Then we're gonna be putting out lead off, 1.5 ounces to the acre. And then we're gonna finish up with the surfactant. It's gonna be our wet sol, of course. Oh man, I got a lot of things I gotta fix on the rogator. It took me forever to fill up. Unfortunately, the things that need to be fixed, I gotta go ahead and put this load out. It won't affect putting the load out. Most of the stuff all has to do with the inductor and all down there, filling up the rogator. I'll show you all that later, but yeah, we got a lot of little parts to take off and see what's going on. Main thing is we got to get this load out because all the parts I got to take off are attached to the bottom of the tank, and you take them loose, anything that's in that tank is going to be pouring all over you. So we got to get this chemical out. We'll run some water through there, get it cleaned up with some clean water, and then we'll start working on the parts. But we're filled up, about to go put our first load out, but we were not ready to go. Had no idea I had all these problems wrong with the rogator. But just like my dad's been saying all these years, and now it's kind of making sense, but you're not ready until you're ready. He always says that, so we're not ready. Okay, so we just made it to Tyler, but I'll tell you something pretty neat that I've been doing while we've been on the road. Rogator came out with this a couple of years ago, but it's their liquid logic system. So basically your boom plumbing recirculates all the way back into your tank, so there's no dead end. So for instance, we were cleaning out with water, checking our nozzles this morning. Well, if I came to the field and I did not have that system, I would have to spray out about 60 gallons before my booms got primed, basically before the chemical got from the tank all the way out to the end of the booms. It takes about 60 gallons of water you'd have to pump out. But with that liquid logic system, as I was driving, I just turned it on, so it's been recirculating all the way down the boom, all the way back into the tank the whole time as I've been going. So when I pull it to the field, spread out my booms, all the booms are primed with the chemical that I got in the tank. It really saves you time whenever you're, well, number one, you've cleaned out your nozzles and you got water in there, or number two, you were switching to different chemicals. You just get to the field, you're ready to go. That chemical has already been primed all the way down your boom, and as soon as you start off, the 120-foot boom is completely primed with chemical. Anyway, we're here at the field. We're gonna fold out the booms. No telling what's gonna go wrong, because we've already had a bunch of problems, but got the drone with me, so we're gonna get some drone footage as soon as we get going, because like I said, who knows what's gonna happen once I start spraying. So anyway, let's fold out the booms and let's get this thing started. Well, I finally got the load out and made it back to the shop. Now I'm gonna help Philip see if we can get him hooked up to the Landau disc and get him on the road.
Say what?
Work jack.
Climbed all over this thing.
Okay guys, it is Wednesday morning, March the 8th, and I got a little bit of spraying done yesterday, but then my afternoon turned into nothing but running around and doing a bunch of errands the rest of the afternoon. So we're back at it this morning. I still have not worked on my rogator yet, but we'll get to that. But first thing we're going to be doing this morning, corn seed is at the shop. Alright, what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to run some fresh water through it and then drain it out, rinse everything out so we're not dealing with any chemical or taking off all these parts. Alright, first thing on the list, I guess is going to be this valve right here. This is a check valve, and something is obviously obstructing this valve. It's not letting it open up, because when I'm filling up with my inductor, my chemical is running back into the tank really, really slow. So that tells me something's wrong. Like this. She's full. Well, they almost put it where you can't get to it. My goodness. Why would you put it right there? Alright. O-ring. Gasket, whatever you want to call it. How in the world am I going to get to that screwdriver clamp? Alright. Alright, here's the check valve. Got it off. I did a little inspecting on it, and I didn't really see anything that was wrong. Had a little bit of old residue from chemical in this part right here, trying to get it in the sun where y'all can see, but this has got the spring on this side. And the way this valve works is coming from my inductor, I got a hose. The chemical comes up the hose, goes into the valve right here. If you can see that, it's got a little flap. So the water pressure pushes this little flap back. That allows the chemical to keep going up the valve and into the tank. What's the neat thing about this valve is when you cut your pump off and there's no pressure pushing the water this way, this little valve's got a spring right here and this flap comes back like this. And that keeps chemical from coming back out of your tank back into your inductor. So I don't know. Valve looks good, it's working fine to me. Only thing to do is I guess put it back on there and tighten everything up. We'll put a little bit of water in the tank and then we'll check the inductor and see how the water flow is flowing through it with just water in it. I'll know pretty quick if we fix the problem or not, but yeah, looks fine to me. I don't know. Oh, come on. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to imitate me putting in chemical. I'm going to use this black hose right here, throw it over in the top of the inductor, turn the valve on, and we'll see if it sucks it down quick. Well, that looks good to me. I think we can go ahead and mark this one off the list. And we'll know when we go back out there to fill up if we did any good, but looks good to me. Mark it off. Take that loose. I can't get it screwed in. Alright, that should stop the leak. Plug that in. Leak is stopped. What happens is over time there'll be a little bit of trash, a little grit is what it is. It gets behind this little shut-off plug and it won't all the way shut, and that little grit will have a little crack, and that allows chemical to just keep dripping out. So mark it off. So anyway, we're moving on to the next project. This pump right here, I was using it the other day to fill up, and it is leaking everywhere. We tried to do some repairs on it. Dad tried to MacGyver it, but this plastic frame, or this plastic housing right here, it's just got a crack in it. Dad tried to tape it up, put some hose clamps on it, squeeze it together. It was still just dripping Gramoxone everywhere. So anyway, so we got the new pump right here. We just have to make that pump look like that one. All right, finally ready to go spraying. Can you believe that after all this? Well, that's not working right. Not keeping up with the pump. It just sucked that down so fast. That pump should never keep up with that inductor. I want to check on my inroad nozzle, see if I stop that leak. That's good. All right, let's check the other side. Yeah, they look good. They're not leaking at all, so at least we fixed something today. But guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you don't mind, click the little thumb, means you like the video. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, hit the Triple R Farms logo up here. Other than that, guys, that's gonna be it for this one, but we still got plenty to do, so plenty of videos coming out, a lot of stuff going on. Corn planting is right around the corner. We're out, guys. See ya.